Hey guys, I finally got my knife. This is one of two knives that I won in a rat cutlery contest. You can still go to their website. The contest is still ongoing. It's ratcutlery.com. That's ratcutlery.com. But anyway, this is a review on the Rat RC-4. Okay. Um, I have a full review on the RC-3, which I used to own. I actually traded it. I love the knife, and I got to use it quite a bit, and really became fond of it. However, I was offered a trade for it, and just couldn't turn it down. So I've been without a rat knife for a while now, and I just, like I said in my other videos, I won this in a contest, and this was actually mailed to me probably a week ago or so. So thank you, Jeff at Rat Cutlery, if you happen to be watching this video. I appreciate it. So I'll be doing a review on this knife. Now the RC-4 is almost identical to the RC-3. The only difference really is being its size. I mean, the design's the same, the materials are the same, everything's the same, except the RC-4 is slightly larger. Okay, the overall length, from the butt end all the way to the tip, is 9 inches, which I believe is just under an inch longer in overall length than the RC-3. So they're very similar. Many people ask me, hey man, I'm going to get one, what should I get, RC-4 or RC-3? They're very close. It's personal preference, I would say. If you're going to be attaching this knife to some kind of gear, i.e. like a bag, I would probably go for the larger one, the RC-4, and there are even larger versions. If you're going to be carrying this knife on your person, maybe on a belt, okay, attached to your belt for an EDC knife, you might want to go RC-3. But again, they're very, very close in size and weight, so it's not a huge difference. It's just up to you. Like I said, the overall length is 9 inches. The edge, or blade, or excuse me, the blade is 4.5 inches, giving you a cutting edge of 4.06 inches. The overall weight is 7.4 ounces. Okay, that's just the knife, not the sheath included. It's 7.5 ounces. It's really not that bad for a fixed blade. The weight is really, I mean, it's a semi-thick blade stock here, but the weight is really in the handle scales, which are linen micarta. Really, really nicely done. I love the texture. I talk about that with the RC3. If, however, these are too heavy for you, or if you don't like the feeling of this, these are removable. And although I personally wouldn't do it, if you wanted to, you can remove the handle scales and do some kind of paracord wrap on here, or just keep, just the bare metal to use the knife. One of the before I talk about what I'm about to say, I'll let you know that the blade steel is a 1095 carbon steel, which is much preferred in the fixed blade community. Of course, there's people like certain steels, but 1095 is a proven steel, very good. There is a coating on all the rat knives because 1095 being a carbon steel will rust. And if you use this knife, you'll find that the very edge, the exposed metal, which is sharpened, will start to rust on you. And I was having that problem with the RC3, but it's not a big deal. Once I saw a little bit of surface rust, I just wiped it down with some oil, and I was ready to go. So anyway, what I was going to say before is there's one downside to these knives. And I'm not sure if I mentioned this. I don't think I did in the first video on the RC3. And I'm not even sure if it was the same issue then. But my issue is with the finger choil up here. Okay, they're just a little bit too small. They bring the edge all the way down, the cutting edge, all the way down to the very edge here where the choil meets the blade, or the end of the sharpened edge, which is great. It's awesome because it makes for sharpening to that very edge very easily done, especially on like a bench stone. Okay. However, the finger choil itself is a little bit on the small side, and because you have that edge going all the way to the end of it, the problem I'm having is that if I hold a knife like this and kind of use the tip of my finger, it's totally fine. But if I want to get like a full grip on the finger choil, I'm not sure. I'm a big kid, a big guy, and my hands, maybe from the video, they look kind of massive, but they're not. They're kind of medium to large, and I have kind of wide fingers. But my pointer finger, if I get a full grip on this, my finger itself, in gripping it, I know it's a little hard to see with the the camera not focusing in, but if I go to grip this, my finger actually extends past the choil here, and it's actually touching the very edge of that sharpened blade, which is very sharp right out of the box. So in resting it on there, not a big deal. But I have to say, if I were to squeeze, as if I was, shooting a gun, if I were to squeeze my trigger finger, it would definitely irritate my finger, if not cut right into it. Okay, because that edge is right there. That's the only negative side to this design. I'd like to see maybe just a larger finger choil, but it's not a huge issue for me. I mean, you have plenty of grip on here like this, holding a knife like this. But if you want to choke up on that, like I said, that is an issue, something you just want to think about. Okay, if you have smaller hands, it probably isn't an issue for you. I'm mostly talking to the bigger guys out there, with the meatier hands. The jimping on the back here is very nice. It goes up a good amount of the blade here, probably maybe 3/4 of an inch, almost an inch. It's sufficient when you're choking up to get the fine cutting work done. The knife itself comes with a bunch of stuff. First thing you'll notice is it has a lanyard. The lanyard came on when the knife arrived. It came on the sheath here, and this is great. They use one of these cord ends or cord ties or whatever they are, but it's spring loaded. So basically, you push it in to release the pressure, and you slide this down, okay, to adjust whatever size your wrist is for your lanyard. So you pull this down here, get my hand in there, and once it's wrapped around my hand, I can even cinch this up and tighten it up on me if I wanted to. Okay, it's for a nice tight fit when using that lanyard. You can also use this, take this off the knife and use this on the sheath, to further bind the sheath onto whatever you're using, whether you're carrying on your belt, or wherever you're carrying it. The sheath itself is awesome, just like the RC-3. The only difference, and I'm not sure if I didn't notice this on the RC-3. It might be a new design change, but when they molded the Kydex here, they put like a tube in here, and that's to open the Kydex up so that if it's a great drainage point. So if as you're walking around, it's raining, of course your sheath is filling up with water. It just drains right out. It's perfect, so it doesn't sit on your knife. And especially again having that carbon steel, it'll rust up. Without that, the water really doesn't have anywhere to go. It's a nice tight fit here. So that's a great design upgrade, I should say. Because honestly, I didn't notice it on the RC-3. If it did have it, I apologize, I didn't notice that. Another thing I'll let you know is that the RC-4 has the rounded pommel. Now the RC-3, the original RC-3, has a pointed pommel. The one I had was a modified version of it, so it was the same as this. But I believe the RC-4 is only available in this rounded pommel style. The knife itself is it's amazing. Like I said, refer back to my RC-3 video. It's basically the same knife. What you get with this one is, again, you get that nice card for your wallet with the survival tips on the back. You also get a warranty card with this one. Again, business card style warranty card. And then you get a piece of paper here with instructions on, gives you information on the MOLLE compatible, the MOLLE compatible straps, which are on the back here, and the front side explains the sheath itself. Really good information here. The big difference too between the RC-3 and RC-4 is that you do get these, and let me move my stuff over here. You get these MOLLE attachments, okay, and then of course, let me show you over there, all the hardware. You have 4 screws, front and back, and then rubber spacers. Now these are made by Blade Tech. Same people who make the Tech Locks. If you watched my video on the Tech Locks, same guys. And might be hard to see here, but it is stamped up here, Blade Tech. And these are just amazing. If you're not familiar with these, if you have gear like this, you have all this webbing here. You have like the 1-inch webbing, and then all these attachment points. This is just MOLLE compatible, and a lot of different gear is like this. And basically, you attach these both of these to your sheath. Now you can do these vertically or horizontally, depending on how you want to mount it. And then from there, you attach it to your different points on your gear, on your bags, any which way you want. So it's really good. Again, for the military guys, it's kind of a must. A lot of their knives and gear have to be MOLLE compatible, basically just because they use that stuff all the time. So the RC-4, awesome. Like I said, improvement in the sheath here. I'm not sure about the choil in the RC-3. I wish I still had it so I can do a comparison, but I don't remember offhand. But it's an amazing knife. And believe it or not, this one's not even mine anymore. This is being traded off again because of another tempting trade offer. So once again, thank you for watching my review. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.